We're getting to know some of the candidates for the McAllen ISD School Board. This one is for Place 6. Homer Martinez is our guest right now. Why do you want to run for the school board?
Well, I feel that there's a need to bring the community together. Where I'm looking to bring in the McAllen ISD, the city of McAllen, the small businesses, and the community at large to basically have that conversation of what we can do to better our schools and better our community.
How long have you been thinking about this move? What's your background? What led you to this decision?
Well, I moved back from Dallas about 5 years ago, and I was born and raised in McAllen, went to school in McAllen, graduated from McAllen, and now I'm back in McAllen. And I've always been a part of, I've always wanted to be a part of the way McAllen runs. And I was able to be invited. I was invited into the Strategic 5-Year Planning Committee over the summer this past year, summer-long process where we kind of put together the vision for McAllen, for the next 5 years, and got to reconnect with a lot of principals and administrators and teachers and even students, and that kind of lit the fire for me, and I found that this might be a possibility where I can do some good.
So what is your plan? What is your vision for McAllen ISD if you get on the school board?
Well, as we all know, the landscape of McAllen and education is changing, with charter schools really coming into the mix here, being very competitive. I'm a small business owner and operator with my mother, and we're seeing that the type of person that we are graduating might not be the person that we're going to be needing in the future. So what I'm looking to do is take some different ideas, different approaches to how we teach. I mean, we're going to give teachers, let's be honest, I don't know professors how to teach, but I know we have a lot of great teachers in McAllen. And so what I want to do is give them other opportunities to give our students different paths. There's not a lot of, as we all know, the traditional path of going to a 4-year college is still the main way people are going to go there and get themselves an education and get themselves a job for the future. But there are a lot of other things like app development. There's a lot of things in the special care and special needs that we can do to bring in, like autistic kids and get them ready for themselves and to function in our own city. So we need to look at those kinds of ideas and really make them stronger to give our students the ability to compete.
STEM is a big deal coming up in a lot of different areas in education. What's your plan for the future for STEM projects in McAllen ISD?
We need to make them a larger part. STEM is obviously it's the new buzzword that's going out there right now, and science is the key. It holds so much and opens so many more doors, from math to the way people think and become problem solvers. And if we just kind of focus on STEM and the benefits of it, I think that'll open up a lot more other doors for people and just kind of enlighten them to other opportunities for themselves. It's a big part.
I got to ask you a question that's been going around some of the other school board candidates. There was a rather large bond proposed to McAllen, or from McAllen ISD, a couple years back, and it was voted down. Now, what side of the vote were you on? And if something like that were to happen in the future, how would you go?
It's amazing that 2 years later, it's still a very big issue, and I think that shows that it let a big bruise onto our city, and it divided part of our city. Nowhere do I ever think, in my conversations with teachers, students, small business owners, everybody in the community, they're not afraid to help the schools. They're not. What they're afraid of is a bond package that doesn't make sense. As a small business owner, I was opposed to the bond, and I was opposed to the way we didn't have a lot of answers. You ask questions and they couldn't give you the right answer. It would have devastated. We're a strong small business, and I know it would have hurt us come January when we have to pay that tax bill. I don't think a lot of people that were looking at this bond, especially the leadership of the bond, really took into account what it would have done to small businesses, much less to a lot of our folks who live in our city, who are already struggling and live on fixed incomes. They didn't understand what that would do to their pocketbook. We need to respect the taxpayer, and my opponent does not know what it's like to be a small business owner, to pay these taxes. And that's one of the things that I really want to do, is I want to bring to McAllen that respect of our taxpayer.
You're a small business owner, and small business owners are people that should know how to make money for themselves. And if there's no bond for McAllen ISD, are there any other ways that McAllen ISD can pick up some extra cash?
Well, there are. And first of all is just being able to manage our money. We have approximately a $250 million budget. A large portion of that goes to salaries. But there is maintenance programs that can take care of our facilities. We can upgrade, not at the rate that a lot of people would like to do, but there is a way to manage and take care and upgrade our facilities that way. There's also opportunities out there such as grant writing. One of the things I'm very big on is getting somebody on board so we can find some of these grants and help us with our programs.
Do you have a website or some social media that we can reach you at?
Yes, I'm available on Facebook, Homer for McAllen ISD, and homerformcallenisd.com.
Go ahead and let the people know why they should vote for you for McAllen ISD Place 6.
One of the things that I have come to know in this election is it is very important to listen and speak to the people of McAllen in a very respectful manner. I know that our city is willing to help and make education a very big part of our city. I know that if we look at ways to bring education into the fold and bring our community, our city, our small businesses into the mix, we will be able to create opportunities that we've not seen. Opportunities for our kids that are going to be here for the jobs of the future. We need to put together that coalition, and that coalition will then in turn really help and make education the center of McAllen's economy.
That's Homer Martinez. He's running for McAllen ISD School Board Place 6. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.